A great morning, everyone. So for this lesson, we will be just tackling about Romanesque architecture and Gothic architecture. So I am Wilma Jane Imperio and I will be your reporter for today. Throughout the discussion, you will know the difference between a Romanesque architectural style and a Gothic architectural style. Let's discuss first the Romanesque architectural style. The name gives it away. Romanesque architecture is based on Roman architectural elements. It is an architectural style current in Europe that is the fusion of Roman, Carolingian and Ottonian, Byzantine, and the local Germanic tradition. It was a product of the great expansion of monasticism in the 10th to 11th century. It was said that before there were a need to accommodate the numerous monks and priests as well as the pilgrims who came to view the saint relics. For the sake of having a fire resistance, masonry vaulting began to replace timber construction, which is inspired from Roman churches. It started way back mid-11th century to the advent of Gothic architecture. Churches, buildings, and chapels were made inspired by Romanesque architecture. Romanesque architecture is based on Roman architectural elements like Roman aqueducts and buildings. Roman aqueduct is used to get water through ridges and bridges to cross valleys. This is where Roman Empire, most of them exhibiting arcs as a part of the architecture. This is the example of an aqueduct. You can see in the picture that it has arcs and different sequence. We will now learn the characteristics of a Romanesque architectural style. After a gap of around 200 years with no large building projects, the architect that time looked to the arc system in Christian Roman identified as a model. So Romanesque architecture is characterized to have a rounded Roman arc. You can see in the picture it is a photo from Manila Cathedral. It has that rounded arc in between the pillars of the church. After a brief spurt of growth, the development of architecture again lapsed. As a body of knowledge was eventually developed, buildings become larger and more imposing with solid, massive, and impressive churches. One good example is this in the picture. It is the picture of the Manila Cathedral. This church is known to be the big church that we can see here in the Philippines. The pillars or column is described to be as drum-like columns because of its big size. You can see in the picture it is from the Manila Cathedral. The pillars there is so big and just like drums. The decoration is often quite simple using squares, circles, triangles, and rectangles as patterns. Common shapes used is squares, lozenges, rhombus, chevrons, and zigzag patterns. This in the photo. From the right side, it is a photo from St. Augustine Metropolitan Cathedral. It has patterns but it can't be seen because it's too far. But in the left photo, it's like that. It has squares, circles, semicircles, zigzags, and other patterns. Let's move on to the Gothic architecture. The Gothic architectural style and art originated during Middle Ages and around mid-12th century and the 16th century. It was a style that is prevalent in Europe. It was heavily ornate and conceptualized with its architecture like high buildings, intricate aesthetics, cavernous spaces, and expansive walls. Gothic architecture is rooted in French architecture but can be found all over Europe and even in other continents. The style was originally referred to as French work and was used extensively by religious bodies, especially the Roman Catholic Church. The original Gothic style was actually developed to bring sunshine into people's lives and especially into the churches. The Gothic style was an evolution of Romanesque, where exaggeratedly made their own versions. Let's take a look on their characteristics. Top of the line is the most fundamental element of the Gothic style of architecture is the pointed arch, which was likely borrowed by Islamic architecture that would have been seen in Spain at this time. This is the one good example of these characteristics. Increasing the scale of the window is also the element of a Gothic style architecture. It is to forget the association of the word Gothic, which most likely to have dark houses, haunted houses, and dark churches. The new columns could be more slender. This slimness was repeated in the upper level of the nave so that the gallery and clerestory would not seem to overpower the lower arcade. In fact, the column basically continued all the way to the roof and became part of the vault. Lastly, the rib vaulting became more complicated and was crossed with complex webs or the additional of cross ribs. Fan vaulting decorated the half-cone shapes extending from the top and the columnar ribs. So that ends our lesson for this morning. Have a good day ahead.